Hey, good evening, everyone. It's Deputy Chief Chandler with your police department. I'm out here on the scene where we just safely located three children who ran away from their home off of Northwest Rutland Road. So, quite the interesting story. It's been raining, it's been cold. We really wanted to find them as quick as we can, and thankfully we did. Our officers just found them off Mount Juliet Road behind one of the commercial buildings near Mr. Car Wash. We've been assisted this evening by the Sheriff's Office, Tennessee Highway Patrol, and also Middle Tennessee State University Police Department's Bloodhound team with their canine to do a scent-specific search. Our officers have been in the woods, been all over different neighborhoods, hoping to find these three children, and thankfully they did. The incident all started around 8:30 p.m. this evening when our police department got a call from a foster family. These children are in foster care, and there was a note that basically stated that they no longer wanted to be there and they wanted to get back to their home with the real parents who no longer have custody of those children for means we just simply have to remain private with. So a 14-year-old female convinced her 7 and 10-year-old siblings to go with her, and they've been out here ever since. A resident on Reading Drive found the children in their garage. And there was a conversation for a while with those children as they were hiding in this person's garage. And then when that person went to call the police, they ran again. And so we've been here ever since searching for them. And they were found basically half a mile away from that garage that they were in. But thankfully, there was a lot of speculation we saw on social media about why did the children run away. Of course, your police department and your detectives are looking into that to be sure there's not any criminal reason of why they ran away, why they didn't want to be at that foster home. But really, they were recently placed there, and this 14-year-old was able to convince the 7 and 10-year-old to leave home this evening in an attempt to get back to their biological parents. It just was not successful. Again, very wet out, windy, rainy, and cold, and we're just glad that we found them safely. So appreciate all the hard work of our team, appreciate the support from our community, and just your prayers and hoping that we found them safe. All that paid off, and they are safe. They're being checked out by medics right now just to be sure that their exposure to this rain and the cold temperatures, that they don't have any medical problems going on because of that exposure. So thank you all for connecting with us this evening and sharing the message about the missing children. Thankfully, they are safe. Any questions? I always like to take questions when I can on these live updates. Just type those in the comments. I'm going to look over here at my computer screen. If you have a question, something that I didn't answer, and if I can't answer it, I will. Feel free to type that in the comments. But I'm just glad that they're safe. In situations like this, we attempt to get a helicopter from Metro Nashville and the Tennessee Highway Patrol. They would have sent us a helicopter, but with the rainy weather, the winds, and the cloud cover, they simply couldn't send us one. So thankfully, we then went and called Middle Tennessee State University Police with the Bloodhound, the scent-specific Bloodhound, meaning you find a item that smells like these children that they have been around, and that dog will then follow that exact scent. Some may wonder, why don't we use Canine Milo or Canine Citron? They are not scent-specific dogs. They only go after the human odor, so that could be any odor around. And so when you're looking for children, and especially in these situations, a bloodhound type dog that is scent specific is always much better than just one of our canine dogs who are just going after the human scent in general. But we believe they've just been hiding all night, trying to stay out of the wind, out of the rain, and it was just a matter of time before our officers eventually caught up to them and found them. And thankfully, they did find them. They're of course wet, they're cold. Our officers immediately took the jackets off their own selves and put them on these children and put them in the back of their police car until the ambulance arrived on scene so they could get in that warm ambulance and then be checked out by medics to be sure they weren't exposed too long to these temperatures in the rain that's out there. So just glad that they are. Let's see here, some questions here. Yeah, Chloe just chiming in. Are we investigating the reason why they ran away? Absolutely, we are. It's pretty clear to us, though, they were recently placed in foster care and they just don't want to be there. They were removed from their biological parents for other reasons that we're just going to keep private. But Department of Children's Services were involved to remove them from that home. where it wasn't safe for them to be at. So they were placed in this foster care family, and the 14-year-old was able to convince the 7 and 10-year-old to leave with them and just go out in these elements tonight in their attempt to somehow get to their original home where the biological parents are. So, and the other question about the unruly, there is a history with this individual about being unruly, just simply not following the rules at home. And she was able to convince the 7 and 10-year-old to leave with her. So definitely not safe to do tonight with the rain. And when you're 14 years old, you have to mind the parents that you're with or your foster family that you are with. Any questions, just type those in. We'll be glad to get to it. Yeah, and Ashley chiming in here. They were found safe, Ashley. So if you are just now joining this update, you can stop it. It'll still remain on our Facebook page, and you can get an update. But again, thank you everyone for your care and concern of these children to locate them and ensure that they were found safely. And we're just glad that we found them as quick as we did, and we're glad that they're now in the care of people who ensure that they are going to be safe this evening and not out in these elements. All right. Thank you so much, and be safe.
You can print this card and place a copy of it.
Yeah.